Hey, Gutfoxx here. Today I got a dual review of Tyreek Hill and Zach Brown. Now, why these two? Because one has 6 letters in his first name and 4 letters in his last name, and the other one has 4 letters in his first name and close to 6 letters in his last name. Well, or they're just kind of second-class citizens. They're not ultimate tickets, but they're pretty good. So I gave them some tryouts. Let's see. Put them through the ringer. 98 speed is the most important stat on Tyreek Hill, and really any receiver. He's got playmaker, which is a fancy way of saying he cuts well. The catch in traffic on this card is the reason people are kind of raving about him. 98 catch in traffic, 95 catch, 96 route. So he's going to make precise out routes. His C routes are going to be trash. But for a card that you really want to keep in the slot, it's not something that you should really worry about too much. There he is undercutting. I did think he plays best there, unless you have like a deep shot play where you want to like beat a cover 3 or cover 4 over the top. His biggest issue, though, I think is a lack of height. At 5'10", he's not really going to go up and get it for you if you do shoot deep and they have like, say they have a cornerback there with you going stride for stride, or I think those cornerbacks will be able to kind of get a hand up, like those Mel Blount types that maybe you beat them by a couple steps, but they're able to just reach out. So that's something that Tyreek doesn't have. Let's see if we can make something happen. Juke, juke, juke. Oh, no. Okay, so he does have otherwise pretty good moves. Spin move, 97, although my stick skills didn't show it. There he is actually coming down traffic with that. That, I did not expect that to work at all. As crazy as that reception with Hill was, that was the moment with that reception. I'm like, okay, this Hill route, this Hill card, he could do some damage. Like the way he's able to pull those things in traffic. He's not just a burner. He's got all of it, but he will, yes, get high pointed pretty easily by cards. It looks like, was that Sean Taylor? Yeah, it was. So Hill, you know, his downsides, you know, his upsides. There's some just more clips on him. You really can't say much more. Decent traits, well, nothing special, actually, pretty terrible. Only possession catching, or rat catching is what he does well. There he is beating him deep. So, what else do you want? Is he worth the 800K that he's going for? I could answer you at the end of this, but I could answer you right now. I do really like the card, but 800K is tough for a guy that you can't really... You can use a little bit of a rundown with 60 run block, but he's kind of like more of just a pass down only. So if you run the ball a lot, don't get Tyreek. But if you pass the ball a lot, you love him. All right, move on to Zach Brown. Middle linebacker, hot hands. They give him hot hands like we're going to use with this guy over other players. Like, I guess, 445. He's not a bad user for around that price level. Probably like a middle high group of users. The CL boosts his speed up to 94. He's 6'1", so not the tallest, but not under 6 feet like girls on Tinder won't talk to. Zone coverage 92, so he can also be set in zone and set on his own, which is kind of how I use them, because I like using the ultimate tickets as the users, and this guy was kind of just roaming the field on his own. Play rec 96, so he can see the run pass difference and hit at 90 finesse moves, so he also does well in blitzing. Like, this guy's kind of got it all, much like a Gutfoxx. 90 block shutout, 95 pursuit, 96 tackle, 92 hit power. Beautiful. And what's great about this card, though, that you saw right there, he doesn't really drop the ball much. 81 catching. You don't see him dropping the ball quite like a lot of other cards or middle linebackers that you suffer. Like, I see Anthony Barr drop more picks than this guy. I don't know if it's like a threshold maybe at 80 or something. There he is. And I included that clip because he was the right outside linebacker responsible for that flip in that play. I don't think he can play out of position as well. Like, you know, you lose 10%, both your awareness and play rec, and play rec's the important one. So he goes on like 86 play rec if you play him out of position, and that's not nearly good enough. There he is. He puts his hands on a ball and he grabs it, much like you like your prom date to do. But love this card overall. I think he surprised me, and in a team full of ultimate tickets, Zach Brown made his fair share of play. He's what's the word I'm looking for? Stood out might be the wrong word, but fit in, I think, is the proper term I want to use for it. Did really well. Love this Zach Brown card. Not expensive like an ultimate ticket would be. So if you can, pick him up as your either user or your number 2. Love the card. Out of 10, Zach Brown gets a 9.2, and Tyreek Hill gets a 9.1. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.